Hey everyone, I am back, and this is one of those exciting exercises that we're going to do because it requires us to have a little wisdom, a little experience under our belt. And this is probably one of those reasons why, you see all sorts of coaches around, and some of them are really young, and some of them don't have a lot of life experience, and yet they're life coaching, and I never quite understand it. I mean, when I was younger, I remember saying, I can't wait till I can help coach people, but I never felt worthy. And not because I wasn't good enough, but I felt like I needed to see what it looked like to, you know, be in a marriage for a while or raise my kids and get them through high school. I mean, I knew what the toddler years looked like, and then I knew what the middle school years looked like, and I just felt like for whatever reason, it wasn't until about when I turned 50, and then even just the transformation of like losing weight and what does that do, was really when I'm like, I can step in because I feel like I have a lot of life experience, a lot of grief, a lot of loss, trauma. We all have, betrayal, things that happened to us in our past. And that's what this exercise is all about. Because what I want you to do, and this isn't a one and done thing, and this can get emotional, it can be hard, and it really makes you think. And it's a letter of love, a love letter to yourself, to your younger self. And what would you say to your younger self, knowing what you know now? All the angst and the worry and the stuff that you carried with you when you were younger and you thought nobody can possibly understand me. Any of the trauma or shame or um, whatever that looks like for you is not always stuff that you were meant to carry. And personally, I remember when my parents got divorced, and it was back in a time when I was the only one. Like, it didn't happen. And I remember feeling tremendous shame and embarrassment around it because were people talking now about me, talking about them, and even though it was their relationship, it impacted me. I moved in the middle of high school, which at the time I used to say it was somewhere not as nice as getting your nails done, but maybe not as bad as having your arm amputated. And somewhere in the middle, and people always laugh because they're like, I kind of get that. Like, it's not all fun and roses, and yet the truth is that experience was the thing that made me strong. That experience is the thing that showed me that I was resilient, that I could get through anything. I mean, at the time, I didn't want to know it, I didn't want to do it, I didn't want to face it, but I had to. So, if I were to write a letter to my younger self, I would probably be talking about that time because it was really like the rug got pulled out from under me, and it impacted the rest of everything of how had done it. But that's my story. I want to hear what your story is all about. I shouldn't say that. I am not going to read this. This is a letter that you are writing privately to yourself. Um, we can talk about the impact of it if you choose to want to share it, but this is not meant for you to have to get out in front of all of us and share it. This is a personal thing, and there's sometimes, very near and dear things that we haven't even admitted to ourselves sometimes that come out. So, what do you do next? I want you to hit that link below. You'll see the piece of stationery. You can print out many of them. You can do the front, the back, whatever it looks like for you. And I would start, and then I would put it away, right? A couple days later, maybe over next weekend, you take it out again and reread it and see like what insights or what maybe you want to change. And it's really something that shows how far you've come, right? And that's how everything is. What would you tell them? Like at the time, you can't even imagine 6 months from then. But you've lived a whole, the rest of your life up until this date, and you've gained a lot of wisdom. So would you say don't worry about it? Would you say it's going to all be okay? Would you, who knows? I don't know what you're going to say. You're going to say it. But I hope you really enjoyed the exercise. It's pretty cathartic. And you can always Vox me if you have any difficulties or if you want to talk about it. I'm always just on the other side. All right. Thanks for watching. Feel the love.